A note on Ethan Frome, the first, because I'm still reading for a second time, but through the first part, the first chapters of this excellent book. It is in fact included on the list which you find at the Modern Library site of best 100 uh, works in English and of the last century. I think it's in fact after 1920, between 1920 and 1990. I don't know. Ethan Frome is a very interesting character, appealing and yet distant at the same time. I was comparing him while listening to the audio version of the book with Oedip, and in the past few minutes with uh, Kurt from the Heart of Darkness. Not because I found with my neuron connections a new revelation, a new look, a new angle for Ethan Frome and the other two men. So it's just because I I've read again Oedipus Rex yesterday, and then earlier on I had a note on the Heart of Darkness, which I again listened to for the third, fourth time. BBC adaptation based on a screenplay which he never produced, he never made into a film, by the giant of cinema, Orson Welles, probably the author of the best ever film, Citizen Kane, if not up there with the first, with the top in the top best films. And not because I say so, because experts and critics agree on its magnitude. So Ethan Frome is not Oedipus. He doesn't kill his father. He's not sleeping with his mother, even if Zenobia, his wife, might as well be a mother to him in the sense that I, as a denier of Freud now, I mean, for the last few years I've been reading psychology and I understand new classic psychologists in the world of today um, reject, many of them, if not most, reject the emphasis on penis envy, on hypersexuality in the infant and the small child, and the Oedipus complex, ultimately. So I think generally we don't want to have sex with our mothers unless we're sick, and so we have in fact, um, revulsion to the very idea. So th- he's not he's not really an enemy of Zenobia, his wife, but he's not really, to me, Zenobia, the wife of Ethan Frome, at least from one point on, might as well be his mother because he feels for someone else. But I'm getting ahead of myself, and I was just saying that I like this character very much, even if, or because he is sad, he's been suffering so much, not as Oedipus again, and he's not crazy as Kurtz, but he seems to be in the heart of darkness, nevertheless. A darkness not as scary as the Congo. He's not surrounded by natives who have a tendency, in fact, preference at times for human flesh, cannibals, but still his own family has been a burden to him. He had to work hard to make ends meet and pay for the medical and other bills, and one after another. And in the process, he just seemed to waste his life, depending on how we look at it. It's true that we need meaning. That's the ultimate thing. And meaning is given by the others. We have to transcend and not be selfish It's not for self-aggrandizement that we live. It's we to do good for others. That's the nirvana, the real horror show, which means good in the language used by Alex in A Clockwork Orange. Um, so in this way, having given himself to his wife, to the others, to the family, committing the ultimate sacrifice, in the sense that he's not giving his life. I mean, he's not killing himself, but which would be, in a way, less of an offer, less of a gift, because it would be done quickly. He is suffering. He's giving his life slowly. He's working for these people in many ways. And we meet him, the narrator, who might be based on an experience of Edith Wharton. And the narrator meets him early on, and the impression is that this 52-year-old man is actually really old. It's true he's been through a smash up, but he's been also very much abused by life, I think, and he's exhausted.